Speaking of refs here.
Speaking of needing to,
sorry.
needing to see better, but
Sorry.
I wanted to talk about John Tortorella, man. I don't know much about him. I know he's a Canucks coach, so I'm sure you're gonna have some. You can maybe talk about like how you kind of saw him as a fan and maybe how you see him now. But from everything I've seen, like unfortunately, pretty good coach. He he gets results, but like every time he loses, just the inability to just have a conversation. Like I'm not gonna say that some of the questions he gets aren't dumb. But at the same time,
you know what though? I honestly don't even like the questions that he gets mad at. I don't even think they're that dumb. I just think they're dumb.
He loses at the one before sometimes.
I think it's his reaction to the question that makes the question seem a little bit stupid.
No.
Sometimes.
No. Like for instance, the first one in this case though, like the guy brought up a few points in terms of like, were you guys playing to maybe just hold on to the lead? But the way he worded it was just in such a jerkish kind of way. I felt as well.
I guess.
Like. It's like, even though I did agree with some of the points that he was making, I was like, look, this is not, like, a smart way to ask this question, where you just basically, you insulted him with the information instead of asking him to perform some kind of analysis. And he's a hockey coach, like, aren't you asking him questions to get his take on it? Like, and obviously he's not going to give it to you. Anyway.
I know, but,
I just think, because he talks so much, like, about everybody. He'll talk about guys who aren't on his team. He's talked a lot about Duclair. He's talked a lot about a lot of people when he wins. But when he loses, he's like, no, I don't want to hear it. Like, Duclair scores a goal, beating him. I don't want to.
It was really weird because when he came to Vancouver, it was kind of like this, it was kind of branded as this new Tortorella where he wasn't going to be.
So he had the reputation before.
That was how he built it. Like with the Rangers, man. Like he was, and probably with the Lightning too. But he would just so many feuds with media members and stuff, and like so many sound bites. But in Vancouver, he was kind of branded as like, he's changed. He's kind of like this new guy that's like more.
Maybe it's the yoga out here.
Yeah, I don't know. It was He he's not going to be as confrontational with the media and stuff. And for the he did not fit Vancouver at all. Like he did not coach well in Vancouver. Maybe it was just the style of play and the players that he had that it didn't gel.
To be fair, I feel like
some terrible decisions
like the Sedin's high skill. That's not really what Columbus is doing, and Columbus works really well with him, so that's fair.
He drove Luongo out of Vancouver, but at the end of the day, it wasn't like he was bad to the media here, and he wasn't just walking off. I don't think he ever did that here. The only thing what they did here was fight the Calgary Flames in the hallway. That's the only thing. But now I'm seeing this.
I don't even hate that.
No,
honestly.
I don't either. But now we're just seeing.
That's kind of nice.
We're kind of seeing him back to his old ways here.
Do you think it's maybe a change in him, like from what was in Vancouver, or do you think there's a difference in Vancouver media versus what he's
honestly, I think it's partly media.
Because wouldn't the media presence be worse in Vancouver than Columbus? Like, I guess Columbus doesn't have a lot.
True.
Maybe they are big hockey. I don't know. Like, I'm asking that. I don't know.
For Columbus, I think because he was here for 1 year and they didn't make the playoffs. So I don't think he was under
in Vancouver.
Yeah,
for 1
only
year?
1 year, didn't make the playoffs. So I don't think there was that much like. There probably was a lot of scrutiny because it's Vancouver.
How could even really develop that many beats?
Exactly, but there wasn't any sound bites in the playoffs because there was no playoffs, and he didn't have to face tough questions because, or as tough questions because his team wasn't at the top of the league. This was in 2013-14.
Oh, okay. So this is
So it's I think it's just a completely different situation, completely different team. Tortorella's been with Columbus longer now. I don't know. He probably expects more out of himself and the team that he has because they've been to the playoffs and stuff. And maybe that's playing into his behavior, which I don't think is justified at all. But
yeah, I mean they didn't even outplay the Leafs. I think on my own personal opinion.
So I think he is being a baby. That's what I see out of this.
I'm
simple.
not trying to obviously not just trying to attack the guy. It sucks. It honestly just sucks more because he's actually a good coach.
Right? It's why can't you just own up to the fact that you lost the game, things went wrong with your team, and just just respond to the questions.
Imagine if his players treated him
exactly
like, when Pierre-Luc Dubois was not having a great series, when Bjorkstrand hadn't put up any points.
Imagine,
games,
imagine if I was.
They responded to him.
Imagine if I was working in a fucking clothing store and someone came up to me and asked a question I didn't like and I just walked off and I pretty much just said fuck off. Like it doesn't fly.
I may have worked in a clothing store and have had some coworkers that might do some stuff like that.
It doesn't fly in a normal work environment. Why does it here?
It's
on national television and shit.
Don't you I don't know? You're the coach, aren't you? Setting the example,
right? So I get
know. That's just what I thought. You're the face of a franchise organization.
It would be so much better for him too if yes, we understand that you're frustrated. You're allowed to be frustrated and mad.
Oh yeah,
but,
you are.
But
100%.
Express your frustration in the answers. Answer the question, be frustrated about it, but answer it honestly. Come on, dude. How to do this.
If you don't have an answer right away, just be like, man, I'm really, it's really hard to think about, Greg Popovich, okay, he sometimes, I think, gets too much love for how he treats the media. Sometimes I think he's unwarranted, as a jerk. Sometimes he just has fun with them. But, sometimes he's just straight up you know what, man, I'm just going to have a long drink of, Gatorade after this. After a playoff loss as a joke. He's just going to have a lot of wine, and he's going to think about it, and then he's going to come back to the season later. And that's, a response. That's what he's thinking.
Right.
Just say that.
You're the coach, first of all.
Yeah.
I don't know what a coach's contract entails, but I'm pretty sure media
you have
is part
media
of it.
Appearances though.
There's some things that you don't have to do, but I'm pretty sure a post-game press conference is mandatory.
Yeah. You have to,
So, dude, you can't just walk off.
And you know what? There's one thing I will defend coaches and players for, and that is not talking during the intermission interviews, because those are stupid. Those are useless. Let them get going. It's just a farce. I don't think the reporters even really.
Yeah, I don't like that either at all. I think that's stupid.
Post game.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And then you're right. And then you brought this up before too about the Brindamore gets fined for answering questions and being honest, but you're allowed to just walk out. You're allowed to answer one question and walk out. That is not fair.
Oh, man.
That is not a good example to set.
To be fair, Tortorella also got fined when he did give real answers about the referees
But that's
too.
the thing. It's
yeah,
I know. But that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
We don't want to hear it because we don't want to see it in the first place.
But still,
speaking of stuff you maybe don't want to hear, don't want to see.
I want to see it because the Canucks are versing them.
There's you don't want to see your backup goalie's agent posting memes on Twitter.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, oh, good fan art here someone made, just the funny thing. The DeBoer on the sword. Oh my god. That's classic.
That's almost that should be a poster. That should be his wallpaper if they win this series.
I don't understand. If you do that when they're out of when they get kicked out of the playoffs because they didn't play Fleury.
Also, so the thing is, first of all, Fleury's been playing well, and DeBoer even acknowledged it. It's just Leonard's been playing better. So a lot of people are, and rightly so, are talking about how sick the Canucks have been and how much better, because some people were thinking this team ain't even gonna this is a lottery team, right? And how sick they're playing. Dom Lucic has this thing in his model that adjusts for how much better a team is playing compared to normal. The Canucks are third best actually.
Yeah,
Vegas
is second
best.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Ridiculous.
So Robin Lehner has been good for Vegas. This is just a fact, and I'm not trying to this isn't even an analysis thing. This is just it's not like this is a dumb thing that he's doing or something.
Dude, no one's. I don't think. I don't think DeBoer is just sitting Fleury because he's sitting Fleury because Leonard's been really good. And you
and
as a coach
had been injured, missed a lot of time too, right? Hadn't he?
He didn't. Well, Fleury did not have a good season.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you could
he literally had a season so bad his coach got fired.
And the thing is,
because the rest of the team played decently.
I haven't really heard of anything criticizing the Knights for playing Leonard or anything. The only thing I've heard is just Fleury's agent being pissed about it.
Right.
So it's
right, and it's
who does that are the team to beat right now.
This was also a bad look for Fleury then too, because Fleury took a while to respond, and it's just there's no good way that situation ends, because if he responds right away, then he's throwing his agent under the bus, and that's a jerk move to your agent.
And it's so weird because Vegas is really good, really good.
You didn't
the worst time to do it.
Might have been like you guys might be cup favorites.
I like legitimately, and you're doing this before a series starts.
This is the first year you might have been actual cup favorites, and you've already made it to a Stanley Cup.
I know. So like not very smart.
The Canucks have everything going right in terms of I feel like camaraderie.
Yeah.
Like after all this Jake Virtanen stuff, now he comes into the lineup, he's balling out. Like
Fleury,
Tyler Mott's
Fleury's
going.
got a fucking commercial with Apple and shit with his Golden Knights jersey on, and you're really gonna fucking put some bad publicity on this guy's name? Like,
man's gonna have to get traded. Like,
plus,
what are you trying to have happen
Fleury's such
here?
a nice guy that I'm pretty sure he just shut it down and was like, yeah, we talked with the coach.
I don't know. No? I think a lot of so from what I had heard, first of all, he didn't say anything right away.
No,
which,
yeah.
Look, okay, first of all, this is like one of those things. This is just my take. These are some opinions you could have on it. Obviously, no factual basis for any of this. But one opinion that some people had about it is like, look, he took a long time to respond. Maybe he's okay with it. Maybe his agent, maybe he knew about. Maybe this kind of thing happened. It's also very possible that he didn't know the right way to respond to what he did, or to what his agent did. So I'm not trying to throw Fleury under the bus. I'm just saying maybe the best way to handle it isn't what happened.
But no, I think Fleury came out and said like he talked to people. He talked to people. Like I know it's a tough situation. Like how do you even like respond
Which
to that?
Which is what it can't happen in the first place. Because
but I don't. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
how do you evolve from that?
So odd.
If Leonard plays horribly, then Fleury comes in, and then there's just this like, odd, now man. Fleury comes in. Sure, after all this,
but
like. And maybe Leonard feels like now my leash is different because there's this public criticism of me. Because obviously, like, look, Fleury is going to be, like, the guy who does, like, Fleury's going to be more well-liked than Leonard probably because he's Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
Like, he's a star. Like, this is just a bad look for your team.
Bad look for Vegas, good look for Canucks. Let's just be real here.
But bad look overall, maybe because I'm nervous about a lot of the good teams in the East or teams I don't like now in Philadelphia and Boston, and I need a good team to beat them.
Yeah.
But we weren't planning on talking about this today, but I think it is. Like, obviously, the best team doesn't always win in hockey, and it's a little randomness, but the Canucks are a top 8 team right now.
It's like... It's surreal, kind of, because I'm kind of sitting here like, how?
I honestly thought they were going to have, like, a top... I thought it was more likely they were going to have a top 10 pick than be a top 8 team.
Well, that's what everyone was thinking.
I mean, I don't know a lot about hockey, so that's part of that, maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's, like, our bottom 6 has, like, overachieved. That's partly why, and I think that combined with, better defense than we had in the regular season and our star players playing unreal. So I think it's just the perfect combination against a legit Stanley Cup team because they won it last year, but also a team that was not clicking on all cylinders in St. Louis.
Yeah, they won 2 games this postseason. And you guys
like
just
O'Reilly was an absolute monster.
Oh, dude, no, we can't. We're not talking about O'Reilly right now because I need a whole.
Yeah, he was an absolute monster. Let's just leave it at that.
But speaking of monsters, man, the Avalanche.
Man.
I want to talk about Nazem Kadri first because this is something that I said earlier, and I know
because I think you're missing him a little bit right now, eh, bud?
No, well, dude, no, a little bit, buddy. I remember this dude. I think Steve Dangle tweeted out or like put out a video of like him like adding to cart like a Colorado jersey, and Nazem Kadri even liked it, and it just twisted the knife.
Oh man,
dude. 9 goals or whatever in like however many games, 2 penalty minutes now. Like he got his first one against. But like this is just it goes
to show what you can accomplish
out of Toronto.
It goes to show what you can accomplish when you're not being a dirty fuck.
I don't know.
No, he's always had good skill,
like
man.
No, but you're right. Like that. I mean, it's just something about that situation. Like, I don't just want to blame him, but it's also not just the situation. Like, it was just some combination that wasn't working, and maybe. Hey, you think it's the weed out in Colorado, man?
Jeez, that's a good theory, eh?
Hey, maybe we should have kept him this year. We legalized him, bud. Dang. No, but Nazem Kadri is maybe the best contract that's not a rookie in the playoffs right now.
Like you said what?
His contract might be better than McKinnon's.
What is it?
It's 3.5 for the next 4.
Dude, yeah. I mean, just compare that to.
That's Alex Kerfoot money, and Alex Kerfoot isn't even a terrible deal.
Jay Beagle.
That's power play 1.
Jay Beagle money, and and Jay Beagle's a terrible deal. So like you're getting
Yeah, so it's not really the same.
it's not the
Yeah.
same thing.
Well, yeah, you're getting
comparing like how teams are managing this shit. Like, look at that. You got a freaking second line center.
4 years.
Second line center for $3 million.
Top line power play guy. Like he fit in so well with the team. Like.
Oh, yeah.
How? Like Tyson Barrie, I mean, I assume he's still a good player and everything, but he just looked horrible with the Leafs the whole time. Like even when he was his point production picked up with Sheldon Keefe.
Yeah.
But even just eye test, he did not look good with this team. Nazem Kadri just like has looked like, oh, he's actually been like the secret star that the Colorado Avalanche had. Like that was the missing piece.
Dude,
like
Colorado,
he's just fit in so well.
But yeah, Colorado, even like some of the other depth guys they bring in, Burakovsky is fucking phenomenal too.
Dude, the Choo Choo Train has been having a career renaissance. Like as a depth guy, like as a fourth liner, absolutely love it.
It's just, Colorado.
The rookie defenseman in terms of like you got like you're not paying.
I mean, he's no Calder like caliber defenseman, but like you know he's pretty darn good.
Are you gonna be upset if they tie?
What do you mean if they tie?
For the Calder,
you think they
if they get equal points. I mean, because it's a point-based system, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe.
they can.
It
happened to Jason Kidd and someone else back.
I would not be upset, but
you'd be upset if Quinn Hughes lost.
Of course.
But okay. What if he lost by, let's say, like, because it's in like 100 or something total points is like the voting or whatever, right? Like it's a bunch of points.
I'm gonna be upset.
What if it's less than? What if it's less than 2%?
Yeah, I'm still gonna be upset.
Like that margin error.
I'm still gonna be upset.
Yeah,
but man. You know, I
he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah, you can.
No, but
it's different. But
Nathan, that whole team, Mikko Rantanen, where their skill guys are so huge too. Like the way he was handling Fisher, bro.
You know what I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. This might be the hottest take I'm taking like this year. Yeah. I think Nathan MacKinnon is the best player in the NHL. I think Nathan MacKinnon is the best player in the NHL.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You know what?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. I think next year, I might have to disagree with you.
Maybe.
But I think this year, you might be
like.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
Okay, I don't watch enough Colorado.
I don't either.
I'm gonna be honest,
but
though,
when
man,
I do watch Colorado,
I think, oh man, we should maybe talk about like the stuff that could happen next year because I think Auston Matthews could like, honestly, be like in terms of I think Selke, like a top 5 Selke guy.
I think Auston Matthews could probably score 60 goals.
Well, yeah, but like no, I think the rest of his game though is actually like what turned up this year, like towards the end of the year.
That's why I think MacKinnon.
The future.
That's why I think MacKinnon might be the best player
because. Oh yeah, because he does everything. So that's the thing. So
McDavid does everything, but I don't think he does everything as well as MacKinnon does.
I watched this YouTube video, right? It was called because like after that Pedersen video that I sent you, I wanted to watch it. It's called like the sheer unmitigated, whatever. It was like these. It's like the extreme awesomeness basically of Auston Matthews, right? And it was actually this really fair criticism of him as well. And started like criticizing how even though he has all these physical tools and he does do it, like you can't point to a single thing that he doesn't do. He doesn't do it every single play, and you don't see it every game. I don't know, when I watched MacKinnon play over the last 2-3 years, like not over his entire career, obviously, because he did turn up, he does seem to do it like all the time, like that physicality aspect as well.
I keep watching this like slow-mo clip of some guy trying to run at him and hit him, and he just lowers his shoulder and absolutely decks him, and he's standing still.
Because like, first of all, the physics of the reverse hit, you can beat, like, because Pedersen's, objectively speaking, he's a tiny boy. But the reverse hit, using the physics of it, and if you actually, like, you can hit that big. But if you have twice the mass that, like, Pedersen does, and then you're doing that, imagine.
Even McKinnon's goal last night, he takes the puck off the wall, the most powerful crossovers I've ever seen in my life. He's in the slot in, like, 2 seconds, and he just snipes it. I'm like, dude, this guy is legitimately built like a horse. It's ridiculous, man.
I was at my buddy's house the other day, and I was just he had his sister's like pit bull there, and you just see this dog, like just the muscles, that's what I feel. That's just his thighs, man.
It's that Crosby fucking workout, man. Like those Nova Scotia boys for some reason just turn up.
Those thighs are not right.
No,
but it's everything though, because it's not just his speed.
It's not. It's like I know.
It's everything, and he does it all the time, and that's what, like, this season, I can't disagree with you.
The way he just, he attacks.
Best player in the bubble, maybe.
He attacks the puck, like, it's I've never seen
Ferocious.
anything like it.
He's got a motor. He's got a
just
real
like I've
motor.
never. Yeah.
He's got a motor like
like
a Kesper, like he's got an unskilled player motor, like a fourth liner.
But then he
motor.
combines it with his just extraordinary
lack of fourth line skills.
Like just like how McDavid is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like McKinnon is like that, just in a different way.
McDavid though, like I don't know. For me, McDavid, it's the processor as well. Like McDavid, I'm not going to disagree with anybody who's going to say like, oh, he's the best player in the NHL because he does stuff that is impossible. But I don't think he has the most elite skills.
Like I think he has the most
personally
elite, offensive,
the most important elite skills in terms of the speed and the processor and the hand-eye. Yeah, but
I don't.
His wrist shot, I don't think it's like the best. I don't think
it's not.
He still plays the best. Like
he's
don't
also
get me
not
wrong.
very good at face-offs.
Yeah, right. Look, if I were to label a bunch of traits, I think it's possible that there's a lot of players that you could say do more things better than him. It's just the things that he does well are just so freaking good. And also the stuff that he doesn't do as well, he's still pretty good at.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to roast the guy.
McKinnon's just the full package for me. Like I can't go against him.
I don't know. He reminds me where he's just a beast mode.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. It's a great way to explain it. It's just
that's what Matthews does sometimes. McKinnon, I'm not gonna. Yeah, he does it more. Like, and it's just like more consistent when he's doing it. Yeah. But like, it's just
like McKinnon.
You watch him play, he won't be denied.
No, like similar to McDavid. Like McKinnon is. I am scared for my life every time McKinnon is on the ice because he's that dangerous. It's like this level of dangerousness that it's fucking scary being watching it.
There is no like danger area for that guy because he'll get to any area.
Exactly.
And that's like what you see sometimes when Bo Horvat does those awesome things. It's what you see with elite goal scorers, with guys with elite hands. That's what makes hands so dangerous. Yeah. That's what adds to Matthews. That's what makes McDavid, even without the elite wrist shot, like so dangerous. Is because he'll get to any spot.
To get there.
And when you can just like moonwalk past Morgan Riley, who cares how good you are because it's you versus the goalie 1v9. You're gonna score 9 times out of 10 with that processor.
Man, Avalanche are gonna be scary, man, and they already are scary in my opinion. They've been scary,
like because they got the depth, they got the defense. Their goaltending isn't like I love Grubauer. I like a lot of their guys. Honestly, they're not. I think they're getting better. I think it's good.
Yeah, and like there's some teams that like I know Boston's good, but I can never cheer for them. You could never cheer for them, but like Colorado,
I'll cheer for Colorado.
Colorado's a team where I'm like I can like. I'm not gonna be a fan of them, because I have my loyalty. No. But I can cheer for them. I feel
like it's kind of like San Jose in that way too, personally for me, because it's the Sharks. Okay, you know what? No, I think worldwide, just because they were the Sharks, because a lot of kids thought they were cool.
Same with like the Mighty Ducks,
and same thing with the Ducks. So right, where there's a lot of teams, or the I'm trying to think of other teams that might have that.
Honestly, though, not even let's take their players out and their team out of it. I don't know why, but I've always loved the Avalanche's jersey. Like there's something about it,
dude.
Man.
I played backyard hockey on the Game Boy Advance. I knew nothing about hockey.
There's something about
it.
But
I was always rocking the Avalanche jersey.
There's something about those colors. They work together, and that A is just nice.
With the mountain, I just love it.
Fuck, why am I sucking off the Avalanche so much, dude? The Canucks are in the playoffs.
You got to beat them next round, bud.
But if we can get there.
Man, but I think there's definitely a lot to talk about this playoffs.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into
We've had a lot to talk about so far.
Yeah, we'll get into some more.
Mm-hmm. But right now, I think we're gonna call it.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys. We'll get some more more bubble updates soon. But
hopefully the games keep being as entertaining and the refs keep hopefully get better.
Yeah. Let's hope they do get better.
All right. Thanks for listening and peace.